At 95, Clint Eastwood sharing reflections on Rob Reiner feels less like a revelation and more like a quiet summing up of two very different paths through Hollywood. Eastwood has always been known for saying little and letting his work speak, while Reiner built a career marked by outspoken views, creative ambition, and a willingness to challenge the industry's norms. When Eastwood reflects on someone like Reiner, it is not with confrontation or drama, but with the measured perspective of a man who has seen Hollywood reinvent itself many times. Eastwood's career was shaped by discipline and restraint. He came up in an era when actors were expected to follow the system, respect hierarchy, and keep personal opinions separate from their work. Over time, he transitioned into directing and producing, carrying with him a belief that storytelling should come first, and that films should invite audiences to think rather than instruct them what to feel. This philosophy defined much of his legacy and explains why he often avoided public debates that consumed others. Rob Reiner represents a different Hollywood tradition. Known for both his films and his strong public voice, Reiner embraced a more expressive role as a filmmaker. He used his platform not only to entertain, but also to comment on society, culture, and politics. Eastwood has observed this shift with interest, noting how the industry expanded to make room for creators who blend art with advocacy. His reflections are not dismissive. Instead, they acknowledge that every generation finds its own way to use the spotlight. What stands out most in Eastwood's reflections is his emphasis on coexistence. He recognizes that Hollywood has never been a single mindset, but a collection of competing ideas. While he may not share Reiner's approach, he respects the dedication behind it. Eastwood has often suggested that disagreement does not require hostility, a lesson he learned by working alongside countless personalities over the decades at this stage in his life. Eastwood views creative differences as part of a larger story rather than personal conflicts. He understands that time has a way of softening sharp edges. His reflections suggest that longevity in Hollywood comes not from being right or loud, but from staying true to one's principles while allowing others the space to do the same. In that sense, Reiner becomes less a rival and more a symbol of how the industry broadened beyond the boundaries Eastwood first knew. Eastwood also reflects on legacy. He knows that both he and Reiner will be remembered not for their disagreements, but for the films that shaped audiences and influenced future filmmakers. The arguments of one era often fade, but the work remains. That awareness gives his words a calm, almost philosophical tone. Ultimately, Clint Eastwood's reflections on Rob Reiner are about perspective. They reveal a man who no longer feels the need to defend his choices or critique others harshly. Instead, he looks back with